What's up, guys? It's 3:20 a.m. and the sun is not rising by any means, but it's nice and bright outside. So bright so that, let me see here. Yeah, you could literally walk in a forest, not even like outdoors, proper outdoors, but you could literally just walk under like a tree or a bush and easily be able to read small letters on a piece of paper. It's nice and bright outdoors, basically like a cloudy day, and that's just how Sweden operates. It's still 3:20 a.m. I'm obviously not feeling the effects of it as hard though. I was the most tired at somewhere around 1 a.m., 12 a.m. ish, which is pretty normal considering that is the darkest time of day for me. So, today's squat was catastrophic. I thought that I was going to fail and die. Luckily, I got it. So, moving on. Not much to say here. The squat cannot be magically improved easily. I need to put in the work. I need to do the reps. I need to be consistent, which I haven't been consistent. So what I can start by doing is being consistent, as well as pounding down more calories, eating more food, and gaining back the weight that I've lost. So not really much to say on squats. By the way, guys, going back to what I was talking about with the very strange, like, sun in the middle of the night kind of stuff, or light in the middle of the night at least, that we have here in the, I'm not going to say I'm close to the Arctic Circle, because I really am not. But up here in Sweden, we have some weird fucking conditions in the summer. I know that I have a pretty international audience, so what you guys will notice is that it's going to get brighter and brighter in that window there throughout the workout. And right now, it's actually probably a lot brighter than what you guys are going to see as the last clip of the day. But just keep an eye on that window if you have nothing else to do. Okay, overhead press. I failed the overhead press today. It looked like I could have gotten it. I could not have gotten it. It got to the forehead level and it stuck. Alright? That's mechanically my weakest position. Looked like I gave up. I didn't press as hard as I could. It just came down by itself. And I did not reattempt. Right? This was a long workout ahead of me. And the fact is that my parents are going to wake me up tomorrow because they don't want me training in the middle of the night. Now, people are obviously going to ask, like, why are you training in the middle of the night? Yes, I'm on summer break, but I did work today. And also, I don't, as I've said before, I don't have a true, real summer job with a real schedule. So yesterday night, or whatever it was, I went to bed at 4 a.m. and I woke up at 9 a.m. and I believe we started work at, yesterday technically, we started working at probably 12 a.m. Yeah, 12. Like around midday. And I believe we worked to 7:30. Yeah. Something along those lines. So probably worked 7.5 hours and came home, bit tired, whatever, ate some food, YouTube, whatever. Bullshit time. Boom, got a train. Because what I'm doing now is I'm trying to be like a normal person in that I'm lazy after work. But I have a lot of work to do after work. I can't do what normal people do. And this isn't dissing anyone. Your life is your life. I really don't care. But, and I don't mean this as a specific attack on anyone who happens to live this lifestyle, but most adults work and then basically the rest of the time they do stuff that they also have to do, like taking care of their children, their property and whatnot. A couple other things, but they do, just like us, waste time after work, which is half resting mindless consuming of various low quality content. So that's something that I really want to move away from, and that I need to move away from in order to make this training program sustainable. Something has to go. I have a lot of stuff to do during the summer. I haven't even gotten started on multiple big things that I need to do during this summer break that don't have anything to do with training. So, the only way that I can balance it all and start gaining weight as well, start eating more, and focus on my sleep, and focus on my recovery, focus on my stretching. Like, the only way I can do everything at once and be the best at everything, or at least make progress at everything, and actually make the most of my day, is that I start being disciplined with my time. And that sounds easy and fun and cool, and it really isn't. It really sucks to be on a quote-unquote schedule to work hard, even though it is summer break. Everyone you know is having the time of their life. They're on vacations, they're having fantastic fun. I'm not going to act like a crybaby here, but it is difficult to improve. Improving requires patience, discipline, sacrifice over long periods of time. It's like hitting your head against a wall for hours on end. That's what success feels like. Maybe not the actual success, but the road to success. You guys all know this shit. There's a reason we aren't all rich, and we aren't all famous, awesome, cool, super gangster, amazing bodies. It's because these things are difficult. These things are difficult. Most of us, we don't have the ability to put in the type of effort to get great things done. But some of us have the ability to really devote ourselves to something. And I believe that is not really something you're born with, but rather something you can develop. Obviously, some people will genetically, just like being physically superior, they can be genetically superior in a psychological sense, that they can go through more pain and do more work in their life without, wanting to die, basically. But most of us, without getting all, without setting a depressing tone in this video, all I really want to say here is, most of us, we can get a lot more done than we think, but it's going to take a lot more work than we think. That's the reality. And it's just the same thing as, people who say that, well, I could also work, 10 or 12 hours a day, no problem. Things like that. Oh, I could also work out, I just don't want to. Trust me, it's a lot harder than you think. It's a lot harder than you think. To train when you want to sleep sucks. No one wants to do that. And my mother was correct in her assessment when she opened the door to the attic. The doorway you see there. In the middle of the night. And she said I'm crazy. And that's probably true. Then she slammed the door and went her way. And I'm probably lucky that nothing more happened, because otherwise maybe my phone would have been confiscated and you guys wouldn't have had a video. So yeah. Grip just failed. Bullshit. The backgrounding also has to do with grip. That's just what my back does when my grip gives out. So yeah. My calluses are hurting a little bit. Like they're a little bit inflamed, but no real issues. When I say inflamed, well, can't really explain that. They're simply inflamed. They're trying to create new tissue, and they can't really keep up with the... I'm not going to say the friction of the bar, because it really isn't that. It's just the pressure. The pressure of the bar in a certain place in my hand that, presses on those calluses, probably pops a couple very tiny blood vessels underneath my calluses of my hands. And that's probably what's creating inflammation and making it all uncomfortable for myself, for me, not for myself, but for me. So yeah. But anyway, I still tried the 127.5 kilogram double overhand hold, but it was a lost cause. Now, if you check that window, you'll see that it's getting brighter and brighter because we passed the darkest point of night, which still is, pretty bright. You could walk around without a flashlight in the forest and have no real problem in just walking and staying safe from hitting your head or hitting your foot or whatever. But you could probably navigate fairly efficiently in a forest that you kind of don't really know the trees and everything. What I'm saying here is, even if you're lost in the middle of the night here in Sweden, at this time of year, at the place that I live, at my, coordinates, you could quite literally walk through a forest in the middle of the night and have no issues with, navigation. Pretty much. Maybe just during the absolute darkest 2 hours of the night you're gonna have some difficulties, but yeah, who cares about the weather and the fucking planet, right? Planet isn't important. My butt cheeks are important, and that's precisely why I did glute bridges today. Got to build up these glutes. Got to have glutes for the sloots. Is what it is. Has to be done. Super necessary. Glutes are, after all, our primary hip extension muscle. They help us to run, jump, squat, stabilize us, keep us upright when we're walking so we don't just fold over. Basically, guys, if you didn't have glutes, you wouldn't be able to walk, run, walk up a flight of stairs. You wouldn't be able to do anything. All right? And even if you had really weak glutes, that would be a lot better than having no glutes, because your glutes still act as a stabilizer to keep, basically to just work to keep your lower back and your upper thigh bones and hips in good alignment with each other, and to keep them cooperating efficiently. Similar to how a hamstring counteracts the forces of a quad, and those help to balance each other out and stabilize each other when we do different motions with our body. Because as you guys know, in the real world, when we're actually out here fighting or running and jumping and running through the forest, getting chased by a bear or whatever people want to call functional, you got to be strong everywhere. All the quote-unquote little muscles, and by little muscles, I don't mean some invisible muscle that, doesn't exist. Some tiny little stabilizer that no one knows the name of. No. I'm talking about stuff that we don't care about. Calves. Hamstrings. Alright? Muscles like this need to be developed. They need to be developed, and we need to have a balanced musculature. We can bias it in certain ways, but a balance is necessary for long-term health, for long-term joint health. Probably more joint health than just health in general, but in reality, it would probably benefit your health, in general, just to have a more well-balanced physique. Because most guys only train upper body with very little legs, if any, leg training. And when you do that, you are limiting the amount of muscle mass you can put on with training. Now, muscle mass, many of you guys probably don't know this. Some of you might know this, But actual muscle mass can counteract cancer and many other common diseases that kill us as we get older. The mere act of putting on leg muscle will probably prolong your life fairly significantly. I don't know if that is 3 years or 15 years, but what I do know is that it will be a many year thing. It will be a plural in years thing, and not just an extra couple months, like, quitting your little, I don't know what you do, chocolate evenings or whatever you do. I'm pretty lucky. My household doesn't really consume a lot of sweets and treats and sugary stuff. Because if they did buy that stuff, then I would most definitely eat it. Especially since I'm bulking. At least I'm trying to right now. I'm not even really trying to, but the objective is to very shortly resume a bulk that really shouldn't have been cut off. By the way, guys, you can see that in the window there again. It's bright, and now it's actually, during the course of this voiceover, it's actually even bright outdoors now. I believe the sun will rise probably within an hour. I don't know what the time is. It's like 3:30, 3:40-ish a.m., something along those lines. I don't know when the sun rises. I don't know if it's 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m., but it's something like that. So basically, I'm going to go to bed when the sun rises, which is stupid, but that's just what I'm going to do. You got to do what you got to do, guys. If you're a procrastinator, don't let that be an excuse to not do stuff. Because I've given myself enough second chances to catch up on sleep and to get into a good routine. I haven't taken them. Fact is, I need to do this the hard way and the difficult way and the way that will make me want to not do this again. Obviously, most likely, I won't learn from it because I'm stupid. But if I weren't stupid, this will be the optimal strategy. And even given that I am stupid, doing anything else would really result in the same way. Like if I were to take a rest day just so I can get good routines and go to bed the right time and whatnot, I'd still repeat this process of trying to, go to bed basically when sun rises, and when the rest of my family rises, I go to bed, which would be, absolutely stupid. But that's just the way it is. It's the way it is for now. I need to change it. I love being up in the middle of the night. I really, truly enjoy it. But I enjoy it in certain ways, yes. But training in the middle of the night because I've procrastinated it up to that point is not enjoyable. I like the peace and quiet. No one's awake. I enjoy this twist to life. But it's not worth it now that I'm not doing anything fun with this time, not using this night time for anything remotely productive or entertaining or fulfilling. I'm just using this night time to catch up on stuff that I perpetually procrastinate into the future. So guys, don't be bitches and losers like I am right now. Don't fucking procrastinate. Do the work. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys are fucking awesome. Let's go.